to the UI, right? They integrated the app on top of the Alljoin API. They made changes to the UI to support multiplayer. And are you going to host it?
Yeah, I'll host it.
Okay. So you select multiplayer. I'm going to be the ghost.
Oh, this one's not connected.
Okay, we'll take that one.
This one charged.
I will be the host.
You and I could be on Bluetooth playing the same exact game.
So, okay, CAD cross. We'll have.
You gotta click the.
So now what I'll do is I'll wait for other players to join, right? And we'll do discovery over Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or a combination thereof. Here we're actually using Wi-Fi, and there's probably 50 other access points all broadcasting. And then I'll start a session. Now that we've discovered each other, the game is loading. And then I happen to be the red player and Phil is the blue player.
Okay.
Now I'll probably have to drive really slow, Phil, so that we stay on the screen at the same time together.
Okay.
But you can see us racing. And we could roll in another device if we wanted to.
Yeah, I know. Then
What's the limit? Is there a limit in Alljoin for the number?
No, any limitations are really radio limitations, right? So it'd be throughbut or bandwidth to the number.
So Bluetooth is going to be 7 devices?
No, Bluetooth is 8, right? Essentially is the limit. On Wi-Fi, no. I mean,
well, so we just got
it's how much bandwidth can you support and how much throughput, right? And that's going to be the limit on the device. So it's partly a game design, right? But you get the concept and idea, right? So the idea is, yeah, you can do all these really. I'm going to land on you, Phil. Gaming is easy to see and make sense, but you can imagine a lot of social types of applications or other types of applications that you could do where, when you come into an environment like this, if I could just discover things around me, people, right? People with common interests. If I just walk in this room and I find out I happen to run a lot, I'm a runner. If my device could tell me when I walk in this room, oh, there's 12 other runners here, and maybe I have a profile that's defined on my device that says that it's some social media app, and I walk in and it says, oh, there's 12 other runners, and it immediately creates a group, a network among the 12 of us who like running, and I get a message, hey, there's 12 other runners here. You guys want to meet up, whatever, right? So you can imagine there's all types of social applications that would benefit from it. Gaming, productivity. You can think even in schools, if students have tablets and they're all working collaboratively on projects, or the instructor or the teacher in the school wants to just pop quiz all of a sudden, boom, sends it to all the students' tablets, monitors it, does things with it. There's all different types of applications and usage models, we think. Gaming is the most obvious one, but we think there's really going to be a lot of cool different things that people are going to use it for. So we're excited about it, but technology agnostic, OS agnostic. We have on the open source site right now, you can download SDKs. We've got builds for Windows. So there's a very Windows 7, 32, and 64-bit. There's a very unique relationship that most people see between their laptop and their mobile phone or their tablet. So, Alljoin running on Windows, we've got it on Linux, we've got it on Android, we've done MIMO ports. We're working on other mobile OSs as well.
But you need a Snapdragon or Qualcomm?
No, it's open source. It totally runs independent of hardware, right? It's a software level.
Okay.
And that's the
just
important
showing
thing.
Snapdragon devices because we're in the Snapdragon section.
But that's the key part, right? Which is the only way you get scale. I mean, if you're running here, there's no Qualcomm chip, right?
Yeah.
We've ported it and run it on Nokia devices. Last year running MIMO with no Qualcomm chips. We're running it on Linux workstations, where we have networks of devices communicating across combinations of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi.
It can be even PCs.
Yeah. So, and then we're working on you can imagine, well, what about WebOS and Windows Phone 7 and all those types of OSs? I mean, it's all just a question of how much can you do when. But the idea is to build a very strong ecosystem. It is OS and hardware agnostic, and it will use whatever radio bearers. And the goal is, if we do that and get it out there and let the developers focus, this is obvious and this is pretty fun. But boy, there's going to be some really cool creative stuff that happens.
Yeah, it's not only games, as you said. Okay.